there, right?
Yes, Guruji.
Go ahead, Ramesh.
Oh, the question.
Yeah,
The question I asked was something about samarpayami, and then very often we use kalpayami. Uh, the difference between the two, or why we use kalpayami, it's both a mental offering. When we use the akshatay instead of the real thing, then it can, one is samarpayami, which I offer, one is kalpayami. I would like to know the difference in the
yeah.
expression.
So I have not looked into it, but just based on the words, okay, it feels like whenever I'm substituting, whenever there is a symbolic act, an actual act is samarpayami, symbolic act is kalpayami. This is my guess. I have to check with somebody. Okay, I have to check with Karthik or somebody here. I'll check with him. But you also check with your Vadyar. Okay, see if your Vadyar is able to answer that question. I have a feeling. I have a feeling. I'm not sure yet because kalpanam is some kind of an indicatory of imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, means I am imagining with this akshata. I am imagining as though I am putting vastram on
Yeah.
Hanuman, Ganesha. So yes, good point. Good point. We'll see if we can get a confirmed answer on this. Okay.
Thank you, Guruji.
Or if somebody in class knows what it is, please tell us. Yeah. Ramesh ji, go ahead.
Jai Kumarji, you have explained beautifully about the cultural differences or the behavioral difference between Western and the Eastern people, duties and the responsibilities, and rights and the responsibilities, or the duties. And that explains very well how they behave. Everything here in America, they feel that it's my right to have unfortunately very few people they present themselves as a do they deserve it, but everybody thinks that they want. Second question is, you briefly mentioned, not the question, statement is, you briefly mentioned about current our beloved external affairs minister Jai Shankar. In my, I'm closely following Indian politics and then Indian elections and everything. He's perhaps he is the most intelligent, vocal, diplomatic, external affairs minister India ever had it. The once a couple of incidences when Ukraine and then Russian war it happened, and when we started buying the oil from Russia with the discounted price, everybody in the world they criticized India. He came out and said that what we buy, uh, India buying is probably not even one day of worth of what you guys in the East European people you are buying, and then still blame India. You want us to be always submissive and then listen to you. What is good for India, we do it. We don't care others. Recently, he also mentioned about the another statement. He came out and said, West thinks that their problem is everybody else's problem. But if something happens, a simple example is we had a conflict with China. They think that is not our problem. You deal with that. It doesn't work anymore. And then all the countries are matured enough. And then we have, like that, many statements he has given. And think uh, he is, we are very fortunate to have current Modi government's people working with him, Jaishankar and our finance minister, also very smart. And hopefully our Modi come back again. And only one thing, unfortunate thing is South, even though so-called intelligent people, they are not supporting Modi ji. That is a very unfortunate situation. Either Tamil Nadu or Andhra or Kerala, it is very unfortunate. They won't support Modi ji. But I'm very happy that way in which it's going on. It is. What is your take on this one, Jai Kumar ji?
Yeah. So the caution here is it's like a fast-paced movie. Things are moving very fast. And so things are changing. Tomorrow, what will be Tamil Nadu, we don't know because it's also Tamil Nadu also is changing rapidly in terms of political climate. And so it's changing. It's rapidly changing, and a lot of discussion and a lot of churn is happening, and which is what is needed. And so yeah, we're getting new leaders, new young leaders are there like Annamalai and Tejasvi Surya. You know, people they are giving opportunities,
Brilliant.
given opportunities, and so no longer the leadership is saying we need 60, 70-year-olds to lead as leaders. No, young people, we want young people. That's what Modi wants. And Yogi Adityanath is a young person. He's hardly 50, I think. So people say he might become the prime minister after Modi. Okay. And so it's that kind of a sannyasi becoming a prime minister of a country, you can imagine what kind of shock waves it's going to create in the rest of the world. Shock means what? Good waves, good vibes,
Good.
good vibes. That's what I mean. And so yeah, things we have a lot of potential, and so we just have to manifest it out. And for that, we need good leaders and citizens also cooperate and be part of the yajna. This is a yajna, correct? This is a
Yeah.
yajna. It's a math. So yeah, back to your original point about this Satvika yajna versus Rajasika. Colonization is the Rajasika. Even Tamasika, if it is meant for destruction, it becomes Tamasika. And then the Satvika is giving, constantly giving. So duty-based society, India, versus a rights-based society, West. And duty-based society, somehow it functions because it's all duty-based. And so in rights, you have to demand your duty. You keep demanding for the right. So duty gets sacrificed in the process. Whereas when I have to say I must do ABC, then the rights of the other people are automatically guaranteed in a duty-based society. My parents' rights are taken care of because it becomes my duty. Because my duty becomes my parents' right. My parents' duty will become my right. But it is their duty, so I don't have to demand anything. So like this duty, karna hai, karna hai, karna hai. That's how this country runs. There is a joke. There was an atheist in America. He did not believe in God. So he came to India. He came to India and then he saw this country. It's just totally different. Culture is different and the way things operate is different. Way people think are different. How do things run here? He was so shocked or whatever, so stunned. He said, he came back to America and said, God exists. I now believe in God because only God can run a place like India. This is what he said. And so he became a believer because dharma is, because of dharma only it is running. I'm telling you, the Tamil Nadu example you give, I used to think about this. They completely plundered. Even temples are being bulldozed. That is the state we are living in. But still thinks the state runs. You know why? It's only because of people. Dharmic people keep doing what they have to do. That is why the state is running. That's why it's running. Even though financially it is in the red and borrowing more than making, etc. All kinds of problems are there. But people is what we're making this country run, the state run right now. So dharma, it's that dharma. Satvika, that satvika buddhi is there. They may not realize it, but that's it. Temples are running. Why? Because of people only. There, the state support is not there for temples. So, so I think it's a good contrast. It's something we can think more and see how to map these ideas in the global scale. Anyway, it just occurred to me. It came to me just like that, so I wanted to share that.
Yeah, thank you, Jay Kumarji. It was very nice analysis.
Yeah. Swapna, go ahead.
Verse 12, the Dambarthamapi Chaivayat, right? So I think this is a recipe for suffering, right? When parents have this demand or expectation, oh, look how much I sacrificed, and now look, my my son is not here when I'm old and he's not doing his duty. I think there is that ignorance catches up and we stay in this mode of Rajasika mode and invite suffering for ourselves. Do you agree? Yeah, I mean, is my thought process?
Yeah, of course. Anything other than sattvic is going to invite suffering. Eventually, that's what it is. Eventually, that's what it is. So you say eliminate tamasic activities, tamasic habit behaviors. Tamasic person should become rajasic. Then rajasic, once I grow out of tamas, then I'm a rajas person. Then I come to know of sattvic. Then you say, okay, come on, can minimize all these rajasic activities, be sattvic. And so that is true. That is true. That is very true. And you can apply again to a country also, the same idea can be applied. So America is a Rajasic country, means activity-based, dynamic. I like that. I like the dynamic. So coming from India, you begin to like that because India tamas. Chalta hai, tamasic attitude. Karma is a good attitude, but using karma to decide my life entirely is tamas. Karma decides my life. Hey, who said karma only decides your life? Free will is also deciding. Both are going hand in hand. With a husband wife like this, both are going hand in hand together. Sometimes the husband is strong, sometimes the wife is strong. That's all. It's exactly like in a family. So this tamas attitude and colonized and all that. But now what's happening? The tamas is slowly becoming rajas. In India, you can see all this discussion we are having. It's a rajas-based discussion, based on sattva, no doubt. But economy, push up, give jobs, push up, ramp up, accelerate growth, this and that. So rajas, only a rajasic country can become sattvic. That's why Vishwa Guru and all, the talk is good, but we have to first make sure everybody has food to eat, minimum. Without that, you can't, bombastic statements you can't. People have jobs, people have food like that. So yeah, you're right. So this asking for trouble, that thinking by parents and all, if they say that, it's a problem only. It's an emotional problem. On the one hand, an aged person does need help. That is on the one side. On the other hand, how do I deal with the situation where I don't have help when I need it? So for this, a lot of maturity is needed. So
Yeah, and I think 13th chapter, the 20 values there, right? I think that's a prerequisite to um, uh, understand this properly, right? Meaning one needs to spend time on the values, get that really solidified, and when you study this, then you can see or you can analyze
what needs more work
in our own life. Yes,
in our own lives. Yeah.
correct. What needs more work? Correct. That's a way to assess, do a self-assessment.
You
Okay, we'll pause with that. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.